So it just taught me the foundation that I needed, and that I really deeply wish that like the school system would teach us overall.
For sure,
just like how to have your shit in order, bro. Because you're running a business. Like if you want to be successful, you have to have everything in order.
Welcome back, everyone, to the House of Queens podcast, where queens reign and stories shine. So today we are going to be talking about how being in the real estate industry has changed our lives and how we were in the past versus how we are now and how we deal with things differently. Ty, do you want to start us off?
I guess so, since I'm the old hag here. Why not? Yeah, I mean, before I was in real estate, I'm going to be honest, like I had zero ambition. I was this, like, not a single mom at the time, but I was a young mom, and I got into real estate at 23. And after I got in, like, something in me shifted. I want to say I can contribute a lot to that too, also just being a mom too, but like also definitely. Because I knew I had kids, and at the time in my previous relationship, like things with my partner just weren't the best, right? So like he didn't have any ambition. We both had no ambition, long story short. And you kind of have to have that if you have to raise human beings. So I got into the career thinking that, you know, this could be very lucrative for me. I had no college degree, still don't. And this can give me out of like those shackles, if you will, right?
Right.
So I think for me, after I got in, number one, it taught me how to be a little bit more independent. And I think I can contribute that because I was like a solo agent. So I had to learn how to do things on my own, which helped me out tremendously after me and my ex split up. But it also taught me how to just take more control of my life, because I had more control naturally. Like I set my own hours.
Right.
I did everything, like whenever I wanted to do something, I did it. I had just more control of everything. So I kind of moved that over to my personal life too. Like I learned how to get better control of my finances. Before that, I was splurging. You know, I had no control over that. So it just taught me the foundation that I needed, and that I really deeply wish that like the school system would teach us overall.
For sure,
just like how to have your shit in order, bro. Because you're running a business. Like if you want to be successful, you have to have everything in order.
In place.
Like otherwise it's going to fail tremendously, and I couldn't afford that.
Right.
So I think that helped me a lot. Just like gave me the blueprint on how I should just move in general all throughout my life.
Right, yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So.
How about you, Sammy?
I was low-key tired. I was very incompetent.
I wouldn't say incompetent. She just did not have any organization skills.
I did not.
And like she just taught herself. Like she had no choice. She was like, look, if I'm gonna stay here, I have no choice. But
yeah, I kind of forced myself to kind of have that self-confidence of like, okay, I might not get it now, but I'll eventually understand it in the end.
Right.
Which helped a lot and showed my growth, because in the beginning I was struggling.
She was stressing.
I was fighting for it.
She was
not fighting for her life.
She was
oh my God.
She was stressing.
Yeah.
But like also like, from my perspective, and correct me if I'm wrong. It's okay if I'm wrong, but I feel like you know how to stand your ground a little bit more too.
Oh, real estate helps with that for sure.
You
Like-
learn to stop people pleasing.
Yeah.
It's okay
That's a
to
big
say
one.
no. Like
Right.
Yes.
Right.
you're pouring into everyone's cup except yours. So you just have to think about yourself in some situations.
I think that's a big one for me because I worked a few retail jobs, and obviously real estate is very different from that. So from what I was used to, and always, again, people pleasing and the customer is always right, to now really picking who we give our business to, which is, I think, one of the biggest things, because, you really, when you think about it, there's sometimes not an amount of money that's worth the hassle that you might have to go through, and you can absolutely decide against that. Whereas if you were with a corporate job or a retail job, you would have no choice but to go through with that transaction of whatever store it might have been.
Because your boss told you to.
Because your boss told you to, right? And the great part about real estate is that you're essentially your own boss.
Right.
Again, back to the control. You get to make your own schedules, decide who you want to give your business to, which is the biggest one. You really have more control of your life and where you want it to go, as opposed to working under somebody and having a boss.
Yeah,
I think that boss mentality was like one of the biggest ones for me.
Yes, the boss mentality. And it feels damn good.
It feels good. And another thing I want to add real quick is that I always knew, like, I had it in me, right? I knew I had the boss mentality in me, but you can't apply it when you're working jobs like that.
Else.
You can't apply it to those jobs. So it's like,
yes.
I knew, I think it was a huge reason why I wanted to get into real estate in the first place, along with other stuff. But I knew that real estate was the right way to bring it out of me and really, you know, get myself into that position where I can be setting boundaries with people, and, you know, not just your clients, but you can apply it outside of your work life as well, because you really learn, again, to stand your ground.
Yes.
And I think that's really important nowadays, because you can't always be pleasing people.
The beauty of being in real estate and being your own boss, like, if you don't want to deal with someone difficult,
you don't have to.
You can remove yourself.
You literally don't have to.
And not everyone you come in contact with is just going to be a click. Like, they're not going to, you guys aren't going to align.
And rainbows.
Yeah, it's not always like that. So it's nice to have that freedom to make that decision and say, look, based off these few meetings, I know this isn't going to work out. And so I'm going to remove myself. I wish you all the best. I can refer you to someone, but it's not working. It's not clicking.
Right.
Yep. So it's like, that is a very beautiful element of being your own boss in real estate and having that freedom. Like,
for sure.
I love
it's
that.
great.
Yeah, me too. No, I couldn't agree more. It's probably the best feeling about it.
Yes. If you love your freedom, want a little bit more of control of your life, and have been curious about how to get into real estate, do not hesitate to contact us. Feel welcome to subscribe, leave a comment below. We'll be more than happy to walk you through how to get into real estate and how to step into some level of freedom. And we'll see you next time.